Hey guys, me and Junie are here today with another video, and if you've read the title, you know that this is a home decor haul, but not just any home decor haul. This is specifically I'm gonna use the word secondhand as just like an overarching umbrella term because this is really a mix of vintage and thrifted. Welcome to the video, welcome maybe to my channel if you're new. The majority of this stuff is artwork and decor specific items. I personally think that the decor pieces and the artwork is equally, if not the thing that makes a space feel finished and feel complete just as much as the big furniture that you have in it, because it really accents the space. It adds character, it adds color, it adds personality and warmth and all of the above. My partner likes to make fun of me for having a lot of tchotchkes, which is absolutely true. Let's start with artwork first because there's a lot of it. So for context, this apartment is quite large. There are a lot of walls to fill up, and therefore we've been prioritizing art. The first thing is this massive tiled looking wall piece. This is a laser cut piece of wood that was cut to look like tile. It was used in a photo studio as a backdrop to look like a bathroom. The studio, I believe, was closing down and we found this listing on Marketplace. I hope that we can find a use for it in our space, and if not, we will pass it along to someone else and resell it. Another Marketplace find is this large Picasso exhibition print. It was $600 originally, which felt really expensive for what it is, and we kind of went back and forth and ended up getting it for, I believe, $400. Still felt expensive to me. I almost backed out and didn't want to pull the trigger on it, but this piece is bigger than we were expecting, in better quality than we were expecting, and just a really great complement with the colors and whatnot with our space. Now for art that we got at thrift stores, which means it was all more affordable. I'll start with the smallest things that I have here in front of me that I can show you in my hands. One of them being, this is a Cinzano, I think is how you pronounce this. I believe it's an Italian liqueur. I wasn't familiar with it, but you'll notice a lot of horse motifs and whatnot throughout the apartment, and also zebra motifs. This was, as you can see, $11, pretty good price. This is the size of it for scale. We currently have this in our bathroom, undecided what we're actually gonna do with it. This guy is next, and this is absolutely by far my favorite piece of art that we have gotten and that I have probably ever thrifted. Again, with the horse theme, I am a lifelong horse girl. I don't know if I've ever really talked about this, maybe a bit on here, but anyways, I also think that they're a really beautiful accent in terms of decor. So we're decorating with a lot of horse elements. I want that to come through without feeling too equestrian fox hunting, in a bit more of like an artistic sort of way. This piece, I guess, used to be some kind of like, it has hinges, so it must have been like a door for something or part of like a folding thing, but we have a single piece. I want to say this was like dollars, like $5, maybe less. Next up, this thing, just like sort of a silly little, I don't know, thing. It says basket lover. It's like woven art, or like, what is this, needle stitching? That's probably the wrong word. Cute, random. I'm specifically trying to get a good mix of different size items for generally the space in the apartment, but also specifically for this gallery wall that we're doing. I want it to be a mix of textures and 3D things and flat things and very large things and smaller things. So this is probably my second favorite thing that we have gotten in terms of artwork. This is you can see, hopefully in the details, I'll put extra footage in here, but this is a textile that's framed. I was really drawn to this. I was going through like a very big pile of things and this came up and I immediately pulled it out. This was $35, which I think is a completely fair price for something framed this nicely and this beautiful and this size. It's a pretty decent size. I love the red frame. I love the color. I love the animals. I love that there's texture in it. Next up is a collection of 3 different prints by Thomas McKnight. This is an American artist who is pretty popular for this specific style of artwork. It often has to do with like spaces, like living rooms and stuff, looking through a window. I had definitely seen them before on like the resale vintage market, and when we stumbled upon several of them in Delaware at different times, we have just bought them. So this first one is one that I got that's another exhibition style poster. We got this I want to say over a year ago. I think I got it last Christmas, and I kept it in my room, like behind my dresser for a while, knowing that I didn't have space for it at the time, but that it would be for my next place. I want to say I paid anywhere from like $10 to $15 for this one, so super reasonable. The next two are much larger, and they are framed in this like white kind of lacquer frame. This is one of them. It's longer horizontally and has like a just wider view of this living room space, and the other one is a perfect square and has some really beautiful colors in it, much more dynamic. In my opinion, originally I was planning to keep the Mykonos one because it was the one that I had bought first and the one that I had held on to for, like I said, a while, but I actually think that we're gonna keep this big square one, and the others will either sell or give to friends, kind of. There's this one with these birds and also a little bit of red, a little bit of green. Similar to the horse print, this is again a cutout style, which I think adds a lot of nice dynamic layers and textures to the piece. It's a good size. Again, I wanna say this one was also like $20. Here's a bit of a different piece that we got again at a thrift store. I believe this was like $7 to $15. This one, to me, I'm not sure if I think it's a little scary, a little creepy, if I think it's weird or good. Finally, we have this piece, which besides the horses is definitely my favorite thing that we've thrifted in terms of art. This is a almost exhibition style poster. Again, this is one of those pieces when I was flipping through this large pile of things that when I flipped and got to it, I was like, oh shit, this is really nice. And this is, I'm realizing this like really looks like an A on the screen, which it I think probably is, but this is like these naked, semi-naked people, similar to the themes of other things I've mentioned. I really liked the 3D element of this, the fact that it's like a little figurine encased in glass and floating. I also like that this is a smaller piece. I got this when I was visiting my mom in Florida from an antique mall that I go to every time I'm visiting her. This is an original watercolor artwork. We were at this random place in Long Island. It was speaking to me. Again, one of the more expensive pieces that we got. I believe this was $225. The owner of the store was really nice and gave us this frame with it, which doesn't fit it actually. I think if we mat it, it would fit really nicely. So we'll probably just like DIY the matting on that. All right, last but not least piece of wall art, which is a good segue into the next small portion of this video. This is a really interesting piece that has these like mask cutouts in it. We can take off the back and rearrange them and whatnot. Obviously they've been jumbled in the frame. We got this from a duo of vintage sellers who sell under the shop name Portmanteau. They, for the past few years, have been doing a surplus sale at their studio. It's a really great opportunity with their sale to shop their collection at a more affordable and accessible cost. I believe this was under $30. Another thing which is also wall art is this large pair of wooden silverware. This set was $25, which is an incredible price. The pieces are like this big. Other pieces from the sale, I don't have all of them with me. This is one of them, this like large wood, kind of looks like a snail shell, but also kind of just looks like a thing. This is one of those things that is a tchotchke, but also a really nice one to have as an accent piece, and it's something that feels a little more interesting. Another piece that we got from them is this Memphis style single shaker. Could be salt or pepper or whatever you want it to be. And then also one of my favorite things we got from them, this is actually a candle holder for like a little tea light candle, and becomes a little lamp. I've been looking for a small lamp for the kitchen. This is currently on one of our counters in there, and I think it's really, really cute. Okay, that's it for the portmanteau sale. And now I'm gonna move into our final things. This is one of them. This is also from Delaware. This is a like tiny little turtle stool. He's very, very mad. I'll put it somewhere, it'll go somewhere, which leads us right into this piece here. Wooden, strange looking giraffe. He's a little wonky. He's been through it. Look at that neck. I have a zebra that has become like a staple of my homes, and especially my last few apartments. I think that unlocked this like, I want to have animal figurines in my home thing. I found this on Marketplace. Okay, wrapping up the video with a few final things, including the thing that I'm holding. This is not newer to me, and I did not buy this myself, but I did want to include this in this video because these are very cool and very special to me. My ex-roommate slash friend, Celia, got these for me for Christmas, and they are a collection of vintage Architectural Digest magazines, which is just like a really cool gift. I haven't really talked about this on my YouTube channel, but for the last year I have actually been working with Architectural Digest from like a professional and content creation point of view, which has been the most insane and incredible dream come true. And I feel so grateful and so lucky, and that opportunity would not exist without this YouTube channel and the support that I have gotten through it. So thank you guys so much. Because of that, I feel like this is a really, really incredible gift. And also because all the ones that she got for me in this collection, I believe there are 6, are from the 1970s, which is a design era that I really love. And because of that, all the photos and the design is from those eras. Things like this, we've got like a conversation pic going. Thank you so much, Cecilia. I love these so much. The very last part of this video is the larger stuff. This is a sphere-shaped vessel. This is from Dobbin Street Co-op, which is very popular in New York. The catch on this is that on the back side, or on one side, there is a little bit of chipping. It was sold as is, which always obviously means that something is wrong with it in some way. With a piece like this, you're gonna display it likely in like a corner, and so you can always just turn it and not see that part. Newest addition actually is this set of nightstands. These are by Lane, and I'm not 100% sure what the collection is, but I'll have it on the screen here. We have been searching for nightstands for a minute now and inquired about multiple sets and lost them because we didn't go fast enough, whatever. But these are the nightstands for our bedroom that we ended up getting. They're quite sizable. We really wanted something with storage, and also we were looking a lot at burl wood, which isn't the easiest thing to find in nightstands. We paid $500 for the set. Pretty reasonable price for these, I think, considering that the other ones that I've seen online are 500-ish plus per piece, and we paid that price for the set. They have a nice little strip of burl wood in the middle, which I think was a good sort of compromise with our styles and what we were looking for. All right, and that is it for this video and this home decor haul part 2, specifically secondhand things. People are interested, I guess, from my last video in hearing how much things cost, so I'm happy to keep sharing those things. Be sure to be sharing a lot more about the apartment. Let me know if you prefer like a vlog style thing or something else instead. Again, if you want to see more real-time stuff, you can follow me on Instagram, but happy to be back on here more semi-regularly. So I'll see you soon on the next one.